On a blistering summer day in a small Ohio suburb, the sun beat down mercilessly on 11-year-old Jake Thompson, who stood resolutely behind his modest lemonade stand. His setup, a rickety folding table adorned with a vibrant blue tablecloth, a stack of paper cups, and a pitcher of freshly squeezed lemonade, was humble, yet it symbolized Jake's fierce determination to help his struggling family. The neighborhood, once alive with laughter and joy, had succumbed to hard times. Houses that once gleamed with fresh paint now bore the marks of neglect, peeling facades and overgrown lawns whispered tales of financial hardship. Jake's own home was no exception. His mother worked 2 jobs, yet the weight of overdue bills often left her in tears. Just last night, Jake had overheard her sobbing on the phone, discussing their struggles with his grandmother. That haunting sound ignited a fire in his chest, fueling his resolve to set up his stand before dawn. As the day wore on, business was slow. A few kind neighbors stopped by, paying more than the advertised 50 cents per cup, their eyes reflecting a mix of pride and pity. Although Jake appreciated their generosity, he longed for the satisfaction of earning his way, just like his mother had taught him. Around 4 p.m., a beat-up car pulled up to the curb, catching Jake's attention. The faded blue paint was marred by years of wear, and the muffler scraped against the ground with a metallic screech. Out stepped a man whose appearance mirrored his vehicle, a disheveled figure dressed in a frayed jacket and worn jeans. But despite the man's ragged exterior, Jake noticed something intriguing in his tired eyes, a spark of intelligence that seemed at odds with his shabby appearance. "Good afternoon," the man said, approaching the stand. His voice was rough yet gentle. "How much for a cup?" 50 cents, sir," Jake replied, straightening his posture, just as his mother had taught him. The man nodded, rummaging through his pockets. He extracted some lint, a paperclip, and a handful of coins. "I've only got 38 cents, he muttered, disappointment creeping into his voice. "Sorry, kid. I shouldn't have bothered you." Something about his defeated tone struck a chord within Jake. He remembered the winter when his mother lost her job, and they had to stretch every penny. Without hesitation, he called out, "Wait. You can have it for free." He poured the lemonade into a cup, handing it to the stranger. The man paused, surprise etched on his face. "You don't have to do that." "I want to," Jake insisted, surprising even himself. "Sometimes we all need a little help. That's what my mom always says." As the man accepted the cup, his hand trembled slightly. For a fleeting moment, Jake thought he saw a glimmer of tears in those tired eyes, but it vanished too quickly to be certain. "Thank you," the stranger said, his voice thick with emotion. "Mind if I sit for a bit?" "Not at all," Jake replied, feeling an unexpected comfort in this unusual customer. As the man sipped his lemonade, Jake continued calling out to potential customers, maintaining his cheerful demeanor despite the occasional dismissive jogger or busy passerby. After a while, the man spoke up. "You don't let it bother you, do you?" Jake shrugged, rearranging his cups for the umpteenth time. "Can't afford to. Mom says success is about persistence, not permission." The man raised an eyebrow. "Your mother sounds wise. But why a lemonade stand?" Jake's expression turned serious. "We're having a tough time. Mom works 2 jobs, but it's still hard. I heard her crying last night about the rent and school books for next year. I want to help." The man studied Jake with an intensity that felt oddly comforting. Finally, he spoke, his tone carrying a sense of authority. "I'll be back tomorrow." Jake tried to mask his skepticism. Adults often made promises they didn't keep. "Sure, sir. Thanks for stopping by." As the man walked back to his car, Jake noticed a change in his posture. Despite his shabby clothes, he walked with the confident air of someone used to commanding attention. A gleaming watch peeked out from beneath his frayed sleeve, hinting at a life far removed from his current struggles. What Jake didn't see was the sleek black sedan parked 2 blocks away, where a well-dressed woman spoke urgently into a phone. "Yes, Mr. Lawson is finished with his reconnaissance. Prepare for tomorrow's operation. Make sure the documents are ready. I think he's found what he's been looking for." The following day, Jake arrived early, still mulling over the stranger's visit. He had kept the twisted paperclip star the man had given him, feeling an inexplicable connection to it. As he set up his stand, he noticed something peculiar about the street. There seemed to be more cars than usual, and people gathered, murmuring excitedly. "Hey, Jake," called Marcus, one of the boys who usually teased him. Today, he seemed less cocky and more uncertain.
"I was wondering if you could use some help. My mom says I need to learn about responsibility."
"Really?" Jake replied, surprised. "Yeah, but," Marcus glanced over Jake's shoulder, his eyes widening.
"Looks like you might need it today."
Jake turned to see a long line of people forming, business professionals, families, and construction workers, all heading toward his corner.
Some held laptops, setting up impromptu workstations on nearby benches. "What's happening?"
Jake whispered, a mix of excitement and anxiety bubbling within him. "Social media," a young woman explained, holding up her phone.
"You're trending. Hashtag Jake's Lemonade is all over local Twitter. Best kept secret in town."
Just then, a familiar sound made Jake turn, the scraping muffler of the previous day's car. But instead of the beat-up vehicle, a sleek black Mercedes pulled up. The tinted windows mirrored the sunlight, and when the back door opened, the man stepped out, transformed. Gone were the shabby clothes, he now wore an immaculate suit, his hair perfectly groomed. "Hello, Jake," he said, his voice warm and familiar.
"I promised I'd be back." Jake's mind raced. "You're not really broke, are you?"
"Not anymore," the man replied, extending his hand.
"I'm Ethan Lawson."
Ethan gestured toward the trunk of the car, which opened to reveal crates of fresh lemons, boxes of cups, and supplies for a full-service lemonade stand. "First rule of business," he said, rolling up his sleeves, "always be prepared to scale up when demand increases."
"I don't understand," Jake said, bewildered. "Why are you doing this?" "Because yesterday, you taught me something I had forgotten."
He pulled out the twisted paperclip star, mirroring the one Jake had kept.
"You reminded me that success isn't just about making money, it's about making a difference."
Just then, Trevor, Ethan's son, stepped out of the car. He wore a simple shirt and jeans, holding a handmade sign that read, "Jake's Premium Lemonade, now with 2 locations." "This is my son, Trevor," Ethan said. "He wants to learn the business from you, if you're willing to teach him."
Jake's head spun. "Teach him? But I'm just a kid with a lemonade stand."
"You're an entrepreneur with strong business ethics and excellent customer service skills," Ethan said firmly. "Those are things that can't be bought, they have to be learned." As the crowd grew larger, phones recording the scene, Ethan knelt to meet Jake's gaze.
"I've drawn up some papers, with your mother's approval, of course. This is your business, Jake. You built it from scratch. Whatever happens next should be your choice." Jake's heart raced. "Will this help my mom with the rent?"
"Your mother will never have to worry about rent again," Ethan assured him. "The property has been bought by a new company that believes in helping good people get back on their feet." Tears welled in Jake's eyes as he processed the enormity of it all.
"Can we keep the returns jar and the loyalty cards?" "Wouldn't dream of changing them," Ethan grinned.
"In fact, I think we should make them our trademark, Jake's Lemonade, where honesty is always in stock." As Jake looked at the growing crowd, he felt a surge of hope and determination.
"All right. First, let me show you the secret to getting the lemon ratio just right."
As the sun began to set over the bustling street, a new chapter in Jake's life was about to unfold, one filled with opportunity, kindness, and the promise that sometimes, a simple cup of lemonade could change everything. Together with Ethan and Trevor, Jake was ready to turn his lemonade stand into a beacon of hope, proving that with hard work and integrity, dreams could become reality.